My name's Alan Law. I'm chair of the Small Cell Forum. I'm here at Small Cells Americas here in Dallas. A really great event, packed event, and it's really been fascinating, some of the comments that are being discussed. I'd say in terms of the key trends that I've seen, lots of discussions about really the HETnet, how do you make the HETnet really work? Some great discussions on really the how of small cells, not the why anymore, but just very much the how and how you really dimension, and a fascinating presentation from Reliance looking at deploying tremendous numbers of small cells and how you do that. And really the hub to doing that is automating that process beyond self-organizing the network, but including every aspect of workflow management to really drive scale. In terms of looking at how you really scale for small cell and enterprise, I think some of the good news that's really come out from the recent forecast that we've released as part of our Crossing the Chasm report, which includes numbers from mobile experts, is you're looking at enterprise numbers growing by 110% this year. And one of the fascinating numbers is when you actually reach 2020, we anticipate there'll be 7 times the number of small cells than macro cells. So it's really coming down to how you do that, and how you do that in that simple way. You're right, there's a lot of different challenges in how you approach that to get to there. And what we're working very hard at in the Small Cell Forum is continuing to evolve effectively the SON and the HETnet techniques that enable you to do that. And we're also working very much on neutral host and how you extend that capability to open up an entire new set of the market. And one of the figures that came out, which was by 2020, only 20% of the deployments will have been, you could have said, led installations by MNOs, and so 80% will have been deployed by other people and then looking to connect those to networks to provide service. So a fascinating time, and we're working very much within the forum across our 6 main work plan activities to actually drive and deliver on that. So please join us if you're not a member. I'd say it's this year actually. I mean, and that was our previous announcement 6 months ago when they showed the numbers was very much about we're on the hockey stick. So it's been very much, are we nearly there yet? I think was a phrase somebody used in relation to one of the movies, particularly with small cells. We're really pleased that, when we're looking at the mobile experts forecast, it's grown on the previous forecast. It's very much in line with the trajectory, which is showing that growth is here and now, and that growth will continue to expand as we move forward. So I'd say we're there now, and we're there with the products that we've got, which are good for where we are. And what we're doing right now is really making sure that the small cell technology evolves and meets the future needs. So how you bring in virtualization in the right way that opens up even more opportunities and will drive even greater additional scale. So the question was very much around DAS and small cell and how do they come together. And for me, this is, you're right, it's a very key point, and it's quite an exciting time in that space, particularly when you look at virtualization. So as you virtualize your small cell, you split it in essence to a physical component and a virtualized network function component. And as you do the same thing with your DAS, if you're looking to have a virtualized RAN and you do that same split, then the physical network function starts to really converge and look very similar. And then when you have a virtualized platform, that's independent really to how you actually deliver the service. So I think one of the exciting evolutions that's being explored within the forum, which is really how do we bring the DAS and the small cell together, particularly when you virtualize. I think there's clearly be a role for both technologies, and operators will be looking to use the right one for the right environment. I'd say the really positive construct from my perspective is that, especially when you move to virtualization, there's a clear harmonization that takes place, and that's really exciting. I think that there probably is a degree of education, when you're trying to communicate your messages to people. I think that resonates with a lot of people within the industry already. There was, for example, there was a hotel networking group here at this event, very much looking at how they pre-install sufficient cabling in infrastructure as it's being built that enables you to provide that high capacity, great small cell based experience within those properties as you move forward. So I think it is resonating with some. There are still many people that are not aware, and as a forum we'll continue to release documents that can be used to provide that insight and raise the profile and reach as we move out. And what's really fascinating is it's not always easy as well when you're looking at connectivity to always be sure that you've got the fixed connectivity, but there are some wireless-based products that can mesh and integrate now as well with small cells that allow you to do that, even if there's not existing fixed infrastructure to leverage when you're looking to deploy. So in terms of the immediate releases that we're working towards, we'll be talking about monetization within enterprise. So, tremendous growth we've achieved already this year and is projected going forward within the enterprise sector. We're very much exploring what we've learned and how things can develop and open up many more new opportunities within that space. And so that we're looking to release that at Mobile World Congress, so that'll form part of a release there. And then we've got a bunch of other activities that are very much all around, what do we do with the HeadNet, what we're doing with license exempt, as well as the virtualization and the neutral host, and pulling that material together to really give that concrete picture of how you deliver an integrated HeadNet, which will form the basis of our next major release that we intend to provide in the Small Cell World Series that takes place in London next year in May.